Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Living Traditions Homestead. Well, we thought we'd bring you guys along for chores this morning. We are right on the verge of Winter Storm Bradley hitting our area, and it is going to dump more snow on the ground in the next 12 to 16 hours than, honestly, than a lot of times we get in an entire winter.
So we are expecting 12 to 16 inches of snow within the next 12 to 16 hours, as Kevin said. And from what we understand, this area has not had that amount of snow in this short amount of time in over a decade. Now, definitely since we have lived here, which is going on 9 years, we haven't had anything like this. Not only is it going to be super snowy, get lots of snow, but like the days after that, it's going to be very, very cold. Like the highs will be in the teens.
Right. Yeah, and today, right now, it's about 21 degrees out right now, but about 13 mile an hour winds. So it actually feels like it's about 8 degrees out right now. So it's pretty darn chilly. The snow hasn't started yet, so we thought we would get chores done. Our plan kind of for the day today really is we're going to let all of the animals out this morning like we always do. So that they can eat and drink. So we don't have to give them food and water in their coops. But by noon or 1 o'clock, when all the snow starts to move in, we're going to try to lock everybody back up, because I don't know if tonight after dark, when they would normally go in, if we'll be able to shut their doors and stuff on their coops, and all day long snow could be getting in there from having the doors open.
Right, so we're going to bring you along with chores this morning, all the birds, everything, and we need to milk. But then we want to kind of show you just how the storm kind of progresses throughout the day.
Right.
And we hope to wrap it up tomorrow morning with chores, just so you guys can see how the homestead, how the farm looks, and what a difference that's going to make for us.
There's a few things that we need to be keeping a real close eye on that I'm honestly a little bit nervous about with this much snow. The main one is our greenhouse. This winter we decided to leave the shade cloth on the greenhouse, and because of that, I have noticed that snow builds up on the top a little bit faster. So I'm really hoping that with this much snow, it's not going to be too much weight for the greenhouse. So we do need to keep a close eye on that. I'm not sure what we'll do, even if it does start to build up on there. I think the bracing that we have in place will be fine and will be adequate, but it's just something to keep in mind. So other than that, I mean, we need to be keeping a close eye on, some of the big trees that we have. And in this area, it's not uncommon to lose power during ice storms and snowstorms. So we're really hoping that the power will stay on as well. But I do have all of my solar generators charged up and ready to go if we need them. And so we're hoping that really after chores and things today, we can just kind of stay inside with the wood stove. I've got plenty of wood up by the house. We'll stay inside and give you guys updates as the storm moves in. So let's get started with the animals. So we definitely can't use any automatic waters in this kind of weather. So for right now, for Wattlesville, all I'm doing is filling up 2 pans every day for them. It's about 5 gallons of water, and that seems to be enough for everybody in Wattlesville. Whoever invented these frost-free or freeze-free water hydrants, they knew what they were doing. They work so well, and they're such a lifesaver in the winter. All right, so I've just got 2 pans here, and just fill both those up. That way everybody will get a good drink this morning before it refreezes. If when we come out later, it's all frozen over and they look like they need more, we'll give them more later. But typically, that's enough for the whole day. All right, let's go get them some feed. In preparation of the storm yesterday, I filled all the feed containers for all the different animals. This one holds about 150 pounds of feed, which is a couple weeks worth of feed. So that's good. Hopefully by the time I need to fill it again, all this snow will be gone. Believe it or not, in our 10-day forecast, right on the backside of this storm, we've got some days that are, like Sarah said, barely out of the teens, but then right after that, we've got days in the upper 50s already predicted, so it's crazy. That's Missouri. Go from ice fishing to boat fishing in a week. All right, let's let the silkies and the Polish chickens out first. Good morning. And it looks like one egg today, which isn't a lot for this many chickens, but at today's prices, it's like a $10 egg. All right, we'll let the geese out next. I always let the ducks out last because they eat so quickly, they kind of take the rest of the food from everybody else. Good morning, geese. All right, I hear you in there. Are you guys ready? Come on. Every morning, they're convinced that they're eagles and they're gonna soar out of here, but nobody's told them that their wings are too little and they can't fly. But they try their hardest every day. Now, believe it or not, our ducks back in January started to lay again, and we've been actually getting quite a few duck eggs. Let's see, this morning we have 2, 3. Well, looks like only 3 this morning. Yesterday we actually had 5, but I'll take it. That's 4 eggs total for the day. 2 for me, 2 for Sarah. All right, let's head over and let the American breast chickens out next. All right, let's let the breasts out, but it looks like, well, their water was frozen from yesterday, but as long as I crack it a little bit, they'll be able to get a good drink as well. Good morning, chickens. They don't know what they're in for today. All right, we need to go around. We need to go inside. That's where we store their food, and we'll look for eggs. I keep a garbage can in here with a bag of feed for these guys. And then I can feed them right over the fence. I know you guys are hungry. There you go. They have their food. They have their water. Let's go see if there's an egg. We only have 1 of our breast chickens that's been laying, and it's not even every day, so the days are still kind of short. But there was 1. I'll take it. Except that means we got 5 eggs. Which one of us gets 3 and which one gets 2? Guess we'll have to fight over this one. All right, we need to go get milking stuff ready. We still have to do we still have to milk. We still have to feed the rabbits. Let's keep going.
Well, it's time to milk Babe, our Jersey dairy cow. We are milking her once a day in the morning because we are separating her from her calf overnight. We get all of the milk in the morning, we reunite the calf with her afterwards, and then he gets the rest of her milk all day long. Come nighttime, about 7:30 or 8 is when we then separate them again, and that cycle kind of continues. Really, we're enjoying milking once a day versus twice a day. It will be very nice tonight that we don't have to come out and milk when the snow blizzard is happening. So she is very anxious to get up there on the stand and have her grain for her breakfast, and then we will reunite her calf Sylvester with her afterwards. Are you ready, girl? All right, come on. Okay, I'm gonna let her out, but I do want to let you know that our mics have turned off because it is just so cold. So hopefully we'll still be able to have some decent audio for you guys, but that is the difference. So I'm gonna let her out so we can reunite her with her calf. Well, it looks like the snow is starting just a little bit. Let's let Sylvester out so he can have his breakfast. Now, I don't milk her out 100% so that there is milk left for him. So you don't need to worry about that. Well, you guys, we are still having mic problems. They just won't turn on. It's just too cold. As you can see, that we have moved our rabbits into the greenhouse for the winter. It's been working out really well. They have been enjoying it. They're super easy to care for this time of year. They just need a little bit of food and some water. Okay, everybody is done.
Well, morning chores are done, and you can see that the snow is starting just a little bit, just a little dusting on the ground so far. But all of the animals are taken care of. We're going to head in the house for a little bit and warm up, and Sarah's going to do the dishes from milking. And we'll try to give you guys an update throughout the day on how this storm is going.
So we will see you back in a little bit, in a few hours, just to show you how things are progressing.
Well, it's early afternoon, and you can see that the snow is coming down, although I would say if it keeps up like this right now, there's no way we're getting 16 inches of snow. But they are saying that it's supposed to kind of start increasing here before too long.
Apparently, at some point in the afternoon and evening, it's supposed to accumulate at like 2 inches an hour.
Right.
It's definitely not doing that now. The snow itself is super light and small.
Powdery.
Yeah, powdery. And because it's so cold, it's like 21 degrees outside, it's not really sticking anywhere.
Right.
But also because there's a lot of wind, it's just kind of blowing everywhere and creating some drifts.
Right. So it's kind of hard to tell exactly how much we've gotten so far.
So far, it's not that big of a deal.
No.
But we'll check back in with you in a while.
Right. We'll try to do at least one more update before dark.
Yeah.
And see where we're at by that point. The good news is, because it's so cold, like nothing is sticking on the greenhouse or anywhere else. In fact, it's too cold really for it to stick anywhere.
Yeah.
So at this point, It's just a snowstorm, and hopefully it just stays that way. We'll see you guys back in a couple hours. Well, it's about 5:30 in the afternoon. It's been snowing pretty steady all day. You guys, it's not adding up to anywhere near 16 inches, though,
No.
like they said.
It has a long way to go.
I'd say so far we've gotten maybe three
yeah.
inches. So either it needs to pick up and start doing something pretty soon, or they were way off on this one.
What I can tell you is it's cold.
Yeah, it is cold.
It's 13.
The temperature right now is 13 and the wind chill is below 0. So it's pretty chilly out right now. So we're going to head back inside. We'll see you guys back in the morning in just a second for morning chores. Well, good morning, everybody. We definitely did not get 16 inches of snow. It's really hard to tell how much we ended up getting because it was so windy and the snow is so powdery from the cold weather that it's hard to tell what's in a single spot.
Yeah, the consensus around this area is that we got 5 inches, which, hey, I'll take 5 inches over 16.
Right, to be honest, we were not hoping for 16
No.
inches of snow.
No.
So 5 inches is plenty. It'll be enough to soak into the ground and help the hayfield and everything else.
Yeah.
But not so much that it really caused any problems.
Right. There's quite a bit of drifts everywhere. I think that's probably going to be our only annoyance with this past snowstorm.
Right.
Because it looks like the hoop coops and stuff have big drifts up against their doors, so we're going to have to use a shovel to shovel them out. Good news is the snow is super light, so it's not going to be backbreaking work.
Right.
But the weather, like, there's a ton of wind right now.
Right.
And
the actual temperature right now is 5 degrees, and with the wind chill, it says that it's about -11. So it's pretty chilly out here. We are going to bring you along as we do the animals in Wattlesville, and we'll see how everybody kind of ended up overnight. We ended up putting everybody away pretty early, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. And in fact, some of the silky chickens ended up going in with the ducks, and we just left them in there. So they're in with the ducks this morning. So let's let everybody out and see how everybody's doing. All right, let's give them some water quick first. Looks like their pans are good and frozen. This is why we like these rubber pans in the winter, though, because you can just get everything out of them. Well, our bucket's full of snow. All right, let's go get some water. All right, that should be good so everybody can get a good drink. Let's go get some food and start shoveling everybody out.
well, before we can feed these guys, we need to do something with their feed trough. It's completely packed with snow on the inside and around the edges. The last time we had snow, the chickens wouldn't come anywhere near the feeder until I shoveled around it and then scooped all of the snow out of the feeder. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do before we can feed them.
These silky chickens and the Polish chickens, they're short little fellers. They can't make it through all this deep snow. You want me to do a little shoveling?
It's actually really light. I'm just gonna
We just need a
shovel a
path in front of their
pathway.
door.
Well, first I'm gonna do a pathway and then I'll do in front of the door.
Might need to shovel one over to the waters too.
Yeah, that's what I did last time.
Typically the ducks and the geese, they don't mind just walking through the snow. So I don't think we need to shovel a path all the way from their houses over to here. I'll tell you this, I have a lot more respect for those of you who live in this kind of climate all the time. I don't know if I could homestead in a spot where we had this much snow all winter long.
Well,
it's a lot more work.
There is a reason why we decided not to go back to Wisconsin.
Right.
From Phoenix to Homestead.
All right, you guys ready to come out? It's gonna be cold today. Follow the trail. Follow your path. There you go. All right, let's go let the ducks and the geese out. All right, let's. Now we've decided with these guys that we're not gonna try to dig a trail or anything all the way over to their feeder. Instead, I'm gonna just dig a spot on the ground and we'll just feed them on the ground for today, which will be fine. All right, it's probably fine if you want to put half that feed there. We'll let the geese out. I'm sure they'll find it. Come on, geese. I guess they're gonna head over and eat with the silkies. Well, everybody will find the feed later. All right, let's let these guys out. I know there's some chickens in here and they're just gonna have to walk through the snow to get back to their coop. Good morning. All right, you guys need to come out too. Come on. Maybe feed those guys up there. All right, I decided just to move their water over here, and that way they can find it. We also shoveled a trail from the duck house all the way over to here so that those silkies can get back here when they want to.
Well, it is so cold when we do have other chores to get done, but you guys, it is so cold that like my mic has already turned off.
Mine's probably going to any minute.
So we just wanted to bring you along this morning just to show you what did happen. The 16 inches didn't, and that is fine with us. But
right.
You know what? We're super thankful that we had the warning that something was coming that we could prepare for.
Right. It's better to be over prepared than under prepared. So I feel good about where we're at. We've got the next few days are supposed to be really, really cold like this. And believe it or not, when I checked the forecast this morning, we got a day next week, 63 degrees.
Yep, it's
so
awesome.
It's going to be nice, and hopefully spring is in here in no time at all.
So you guys, we hope that you are safe and warm and happy, and we're so glad that you joined us today.
Don't forget that as always, the best way you can help us here on the homestead is just by sharing our videos and giving this video a thumbs up. Until next time, thank you so much for stopping by the homestead. Take care, and God bless.
God bless.